Warning, this shitpost level video is not suitable for all ages. Or some shit, I don't know. Why did I make this video again? My name is Daniel Cool Game Reception. If you are watching this recording, I was too late. I couldn't stop it. I blinded myself from the truth by focusing on anger. There's still a chance though. There's still a chance to stop. You guys know what time it is. It's damn near Halloween, which means I gotta pick a game to play this year. First thing though, check this thing out. Looks pretty cool, right? I call it the reverse time capsule. You know how time capsules, they send things to the future, right? Well, this piece of shit sends things to the past. I built it off my old Nintendo Switch box, because what the fuck else was I supposed to use this thing for? I tested it myself by sending myself a message for yesterday, reminding myself that I had to work in 5 hours. Alright, well, maybe that kind of traumatized me, but hey, it works. And I probably won't be hunted down by a secret organization for this invention. I think. Now, there's a lot of games I could play this year. Luigi's Mansion's pretty fun, and hey, there's actually 2 sequels right here that I could play right now, so you know, that'd be pretty cool. Or maybe I should try something new by dipping into the Resident Evil series with Resident Evil 4 on Wii. Or maybe I should revisit Metroid Dread. This game scared me shitless back when I streamed it. Or maybe we could get a surge of adrenaline by playing some Doom 2016. You guys already know I'm playing Castlevania again this year. Well, what's even the point? Problem is, there's a lot of Castlevania games to play, so I gotta go pick one. I really don't know. I mean, none of these games are really sticking to me right now. I think I have to find something that's unique, something special, something I haven't done before. Fine. Just this once. Alright, right off the bat, before I get to ripping this game to shreds, I have to mention the most obvious positive, the music. God damn, no matter how bad a game it can get, Castlevania always has fire music, and while there's only 4 stage themes, all of them are bangers. Especially the first stage theme, Battle of the Holy, which is probably one of my favorite songs in the series. Seriously, I think it's on the same level of Bloody Tears, it's that good. Alright, one more positive. The visuals of this game are okay. For a Game Boy game that released in 1989, which was the launch year of the system, it's pretty good. The backgrounds and art are actually a lot better and more elaborate than Super Mario Land, which also launched the same year. Also, some of the new enemy designs are pretty cool, like the Mudman and the giant eyeballs, which would later on appear in the other games in the series. So, fuck this game. Fuck this game. In this game, you play as Christopher Belmont, the great-grandfather of Simon Belmont from Castlevania 1, doing, you guessed it, hunting Dracula. Clearly, Simon had better luck in the Belmont genetics, however, because Christopher is a slow son of a bitch. This is easily the most egregious issue with this game, the speed. Christopher moves slower than the average visual novel player. Not me though, I'd be holding down that speedrun button. This really fucks with the pacing of the game that should be really short. It's not just his walking speed that's slow, his attack animation is also terrible. Not only is there tons of input lag on the whip, but with how slow the animation is, don't even bother attacking a fast moving enemy unless you have that shit calculated with maximum precision. This makes the stage 3 boss a nightmare. This demon bird piece of shit is always going to sneak in some hits because Christopher can't move for fuck. But that isn't even the worst issue with his speed. You see how slow he is now, right? Now try platforming with him. Yeah, you dead, bro. It's crazy too, there's a lot of platforming involved in this game, especially in the 3rd and 4th stages. With how stiff and vertical Christopher's jump is, it's crazy that you're constantly given pixel perfect platforming challenges. Look at this shit. This is in the 1st level. Now let me introduce you to level 3, a stage where you have to become a perfect human being. You're constantly either outrunning spikes trying to crush you from the ceiling, or a giant wall of spikes chasing you from either upwards or to the side. The part where you're climbing the ropes to get away from it is bullshit. You can't see what's coming ahead, you're constantly making crazy jumps and avoiding the spikes at the same time. Not only that, but those stupid ass armadillo enemies always roll around and hit you if you don't have a fully powered up whip. The whip power-ups in this game work unlike any other Castlevania. Instead of gaining the power-up and keeping it until you die, you instead lose the power-up by getting hit, similar to Super Mario Bros. But unlike Mario, there's tons of shit that can knock you around, and it sucks because these power-ups actually help a ton. The 2nd stage of power-up is a stronger and longer reaching whip, and the 3rd stage adds the fireball that you can shoot out of it. And I swear to god that 2nd whip upgrade might as well be mandatory to beat the game. In the final stage, these hook armor boss guys, who were originally the stage boss in level 1, take a ton of hits to take out, and if you don't kill them fast enough, they respawn. And they throw tons of these guys in a row at you. With the normal whip, say goodnight cause you aren't getting past them without damage boosting. If you can somehow keep the upgrade until the boss fights, you will shred them. Seriously, you can take out Dracula's first form with just a few hits. Now that's all the help you're gonna get in this game cause the sub-weapons in the NES Castlevania games are gone. How did they decide not to add them? They were a staple and continue to be a staple of not only the classic Castlevanias, but even in the Metroidvanias. So instead of giving you ammo like in Castlevania 1, the hearts actually heal you, so at least they finally make sense. So all of this stuff, the god-awful speed, weird input delay, annoying power-up system, and stuff I haven't mentioned like the jank hitboxes and the level designs that require you to literally be invincible to not get hit, all of this culminates together to make a slog of a game to get through. As a nice bow to put on this clusterfuck, let me show you the time limit. You see that? That's a pretty long time limit. You're probably going to need that much time to get through this because of everything I just mentioned, so even though it's only 4 stages, this game will probably have a longer playtime than the original Castlevania, which was a full console release. So how did this game end up the way it did? The only real explanation I have is that it was released super early in the Game Boy's lifespan. This is one of the first games of its kind on a handheld, of course things would be shaky, but again, Super Mario Land released earlier that year, and while janky in its own right, still retained the fun and charm of the NES games. I do not like this game, what a surprise, right? But I do feel a little bit nostalgic about first discovering these classic Game Boy titles. If only what I discovered was treasure and not trash. I mean, what else can I say? The game was re-released on the obscure Konami Game Boy collection on the Game Boy Color. It wasn't re-released again until the 3DS Virtual Console and later on the Castlevania Anniversary Collection for modern platforms. Safe to say, the world wasn't thirsty to play it again. You know, I don't think I really want to go through with this. It's not really giving me much material for a Halloween special. You know, maybe I'll just go do Luigi's Mansion after all. One problem though, while I was playing this game, I kind of let my friend borrow my copy of Luigi's Mansion, so I might have to go back and get it, so I'll be right back. You ever feel like your life has just become a shittily written 2011 creepypasta? Well, that's me, and weirdly enough, I'm not surprised. So somehow that cartridge was cursed, and I activated the curse at the precise time that I played it. So maybe it had something to do with me, playing it. But there has to be a way to stop it, so maybe. Maybe if I play a game that makes it completely obsolete, replaces all of its flaws, makes everything better. But where would I find that? What, have you seen the prices of this game on eBay? I ain't fucking with those scalpers and resellers again. That was the last special. So a sequel to Adventure was released 2 years later in 1991, and holy shit, this game is amazing. Castlevania 2 Belmont's Revenge, not to be mistaken with Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest, serves as a complete overhaul to what Adventure attempted. Christopher moves much faster than he did in the first game. In fact, he moves at pretty much the same speed Simon and Trevor do in the NES trilogy, so that's a massive improvement right off the bat. And what's that? Hearts? A heart counter? That's right, they added the sub-weapons to the game. Only 2 of them though, the axe and the holy water, but they add so much more to how you control. There's so many obstacles that you can now approach in different ways, it honestly just makes the game 10 times better by existing. Also, the weapon upgrade system works differently. Instead of losing the upgrade by getting hit once, you usually take multiple hits before losing it, so keeping your powerful whip is a lot less annoying than an adventure. But all of these improvements won't matter much if the level designs aren't great. But I'm proud to announce, however, that they're pretty special. First off, there's a freaking level select, something I don't think any other classic Castlevania has. It works kind of like a Mega Man game does. You pick one of these 4 castles, the Crystal Castle, Cloud Castle, Plant Castle, and Rock Castle, and you complete them in any order. Once all 4 stages are cleared, you can now access Dracula's Castle. The Crystal Castle has a lot of quick platforming and gimmicks such as the flowing water. Also, the wall spikes return, but they're actually manageable this time around. The backgrounds and sprites in this stage are probably my favorite in the game. They look amazing by Game Boy standards. You then fight this wizard dude who you can cheese by standing in the left side of the screen. You will not get hit by the lightning attacks at all if you do this. The Cloud Castle pits you against a lot of rope climbing and spike avoiding challenges. However, like I just said, Belmont's Revenge makes this all manageable and actually fun to go through. The Plant Castle includes these spider enemies which have a cool gimmick in which you can climb the webs they spin down as if they were ropes, making climbing them sort of a puzzle as you have to figure out how and when to kill them so that the webs are in the right spots for you to jump towards. The Rock Castle includes a cool gimmick in which hitting the candles actually turns off the lights in the stage. There's a real struggle to resist the urge of whipping them, so it made for an interesting challenge. Also, the boss in this stage reminds me a lot of the Hollow Knight. Finally, once you get into Dracula's Castle, similarly to the Wily Castles in Mega Man, you face stages that mix all the challenges you face together. At the end of the second Dracula stage, you come face to face with Soleil Belmont, Christopher's missing son who has been transformed into a demon and is Christopher's whole motivation for his quest. This is the first time in the series where you face one of the Belmonts in battle, before Richter and Julius did in their respective games. Although the fight is kind of annoying since Soleil's whip spam is pretty much impossible to avoid if you're near him, so make sure you have the axe for this fight. Even Dracula is pretty annoying, but definitely a better fight than what we got in Adventure. Overall, yeah, play this game. It's perfect for any fan of the Castlevania series. Stay the hell away from Adventure, as this game completely makes it obsolete by fixing all of its flaws, adding some interesting mechanics, actually being a decent length, and having more banging music to top it all off. Just listen to this shit. Well, that's finally it, I guess. I can finally rest now that I played a game that's completely trounced the one that has been cursing me for years.
Are you dumb or stupid? Fucking idiot.
Is it on? Oh, okay. Thanks a lot. My name is Daniel Cool Game Reception. If you are watching this recording, I was too late. I couldn't stop it. I blinded myself from the truth by focusing on anger. There's still a chance though. There's still a chance to stop the adventure curse. Belmont's revenge wasn't the key. I was a fool for thinking that was all it took. I've dedicated these 5 years to find something that'll truly dispel the evil once and for all. I've figured it all out. In case he's listening, I won't tell you directly what you need to do. Check the rest of the contents of the capsule. All I need to say is, after you're done, the world will finally have a chance at rebirth. You know what to do. Don't screw this up now. Here goes nothing, I guess. Holy shit, Rebirth is incredible. A complete ground-up remake of the game on WiiWare with graphics and music based on Castlevania Bloodlines from the Sega Genesis. New boss fights, new level designs, the same enemies but better. Holy shit, holy shit, holy shit. Death is finally here. Oh god, I missed you, you old son of a bitch. There's a remix of Battle of the Holy that's unused in the game files, which kinda sucks, but hey, at least it's there. And you can't get this game officially anymore since the Wii Shop closed years ago, but who gives a piss? Just emulate or mod it on your Wii. Don't tell Nintendo I said that, please. Don't.
No! You bitch!
Yeah, that's right, you piece of shit. Get out of my goddamn life. Good riddance. And that is destiny fulfilled. You know, I'm kinda always gonna miss the days of playing these games and not having to think too much about the negatives of everything. Just kind of enjoying it, having fun, having a good time with life. Oh, who am I kidding? I fucking hated that piece of shit. Happy Halloween, guys. And remember this. No matter how long after Halloween it is, you can still celebrate it. Who gives a shit? I sometimes celebrate Halloween way into November anyway, which is in fact what I'm about to do. So, I'm gonna pull out my 3DS and play some nice Ghost Trick Fan of Detective. It is gonna be a real banger. Here's your daily liquids right here. I'm gonna take my daily liquid. I'm gonna be dead ass. I did not mean to actually spill it that time. Oh! Nah, that was stupid.